Hello, my name is Kayo Shintaku, and my poster is website use and lesson plan for teaching and learning Japanese as a foreign language. Here is the agenda of this poster. Before we get into loanwords, I need to introduce the Japanese language very briefly. So this is Japanese 0.1. It is a language having an orthographic nature, 2 phonograms, hiragana and katakana, and 1 logogram or ideogram, kanji. The sample sentence is used in 3 script systems, hiragana, katakana, and kanji, on the word dog. Within the complex script systems, I'm focusing on katakana in this presentation. Katakana is mainly used for foreign names, loanwords, emphasis, onomatopoeia, and species within scientific taxonomies. Japanese has been historically adopting many words from other languages. The presence of katakana loanwords is becoming more as the country has a lot more interactions physically and virtually with the world. Here I display example loanwords. Number 1, アルバイト. Number 2, ズボン. Number 3, ハンバーガー. Number 4, レントゲン. Number 5, マニフェスト. Number 6, パソコン. Katakana is introduced usually right after hiragana is introduced to the first semester learners. Since hiragana and katakana have exact same sound, correlate each other, but the script are different. There are 46 characters in each script system. Mainly the use of katakana is introduced in onomatopoeia and loanwords. So why is it so important to learn katakana for first semester learners? Katakana is a script system that's easy to transcribe any foreign words, although there are some limitations. Because of this nature, it can be a very good support for novice learners who still rely on their L1 and may not know the Japanese equivalent words yet. Although this resource may not work all the time, it is still one of the useful helps. Another importance is the cultural knowledge. The culture-specific information is directly and indirectly embedded in social content. Because the culture-specific semantic change occurs in Japanese loanwords, it is critical to give sufficient exposures to its practical usage in society. Although it is important and can be very helpful, katakana loanwords are challenging and problematic, because students need to understand what is considered to be foreign for the Japanese culture historically, linguistically, and socially. Loanwords do not necessarily retain the same meanings from the original languages, and students need to recognize katakana with various font types. And this third reason is something interesting to consider. So how strokes are displayed makes a difference in katakana looks. Textbook fonts may not have the same looks as font used in the world of literacies. Although I'm not displaying all the 46 characters here, I am showing some different font types. They're showing some examples of visual fluctuations. So what does visual fluctuation really mean? Strokes such as stop, release, and hook particularly change based on font types. So and n are famous characters for confusing JFL learners. Difference is bottom top or top down strokes and hooks, and different angle of the dot. Textbook fonts have the hook to show this bottom up or top down stroke differences, but others may not. enjoys some particularly confusing characters for JFL learners. The first section is u, ku, wa. Second section is shi, tsu. The third section, ri, so. And the fourth section is so, n. And the last section is chi, te. So how can we assist JFL learners in this matter pedagogically? Richard Kern's books in 2000 emphasized the importance of teaching social content and representations to nurture social cognitive understanding of literacy awareness. With just a textbook font type representation, obviously it is difficult to capture the sense of how the semantics and graphical representations are negotiated. Having a single textbook representation of a language does not prepare JFL learners. We are now in the age of new literacies or multiliteracies, and the language program needs to incorporate this preparation into the curriculum or lesson plans. Again, in the current information age, the chances for JFL learners to see katakana in media like web, YouTube, online manga, and anime are expanded, which is a good thing to view authentic materials, but it can be confusing and problematic. Again, students need to know what is happening outside of classroom. According to the Kern's quote, being literate involves the ability to recognize and produce graphic representations of words and morphemes, as well as the knowledge of conventions. Going back to katakana loanwords, recognizing presence and non-presence of strokes becomes an issue of noticing. Noticing the slight differences in graphical representation connects interactively to being literate in a target language. Using the media in language classroom is a good idea, but there are pros and cons. First, benefits are up-to-date content availability, easy access to the authentic materials, exposure to various font types, visual assistance, content-rich materials, and external relevance. Challenges are authentic materials are made for native speakers in most of the cases. To use in a classroom, some modification or preparation is required for teachers. Authentic materials can be confusing because there are too much information, including something they haven't learned yet, different register, or grammar of language. But this does not mean that authentic materials should not be accessed by FL learners. Rather, this brings more attention to the important role of teachers as facilitators to guide learners. Based on the necessity of exposures to katakana loanwords outside of JFL textbook and benefits and challenges of web use, combination in-class and outside of class loanwords assignment should be incorporated into the curriculum. I will display one of the possible lesson plans. First, katakana loanword log. A teacher provides a list of possible websites and students find loanwords relevant to each chapter's topics, then write up a log. Each log should have 2 loanwords, screenshots of web pages, URL address, and a short reflection. They write 3 logs for each chapter, total of 6 loanwords per chapter. They can share ideas, tips, and difficulties with classmates and the teacher in a group meeting. This can be online or offline meetings. This log activity is done throughout the semester, and as a final project, a presentation is conducted to share to classmates of their findings. That's why it's important to have screenshots to show where the katakana loanwords are used. Those are some notes and details of the activity. Although the list of possible websites is provided by the teacher, students can still explore on their interests. In the end, motivation is a very important factor to learn a foreign language. Thank you for listening and reading my presentation. If you have any question or comment, please let me know. And here's a list of references. Thank you.